DJ Blackout.
Hey, yo. Hey, welcome to another episode of Courtside Radio. It's Mike Hill, the PG here, man, doing my thing. We a little short-handed, but then we got guests today. But, you know, the Shaq and Kobe of the show is here. What's up, Bruce?
In the building. Shaq's right.
Shaq's right in the building.
We
doing
live.
our thing. And then we got this dude. He's a Clipper fan, so we usually don't call him by his name. We just call him Clipper fan. But, Pete, what's up, man?
What's good, y'all?
Man.
Glad to join you guys and talk about this 3-5 Lakers.
Man, man, don't be disrespectful. Might have to get you off if you're too disrespectful. But man, Pete, tell them where you coming from, man.
Yeah, man. So for those of you who don't know, I co-host a little show called Touchdowns and Tangents in the 8:30 hour live on the Good News radio station, where of course we are right now.
Yeah. So make sure you guys tune in to them after this great episode of Courtside Radio with the Shaq and Kobe of the show, me and Mr. Shaq's right himself. We're without Samaki Walker and our Met DeVinco of the show. That's that guy named Danny, and then Magic Mike is in the building. But then we got the boss man on the keys.
Oh, yeah, we good
ones and
today.
twos.
Yeah, on the ones and twos.
The bench is deep.
Yeah, we deep.
The bench is deep.
Say what's up, Keith.
What's up, everybody, man? I'm just happy. I'm having a good time, man. I like seeing y'all, man.
Yeah, okay.
I was like
You know, every time Keith
I was
comes,
like
he got
seeing
some
y'all face.
stuff to say.
I was like seeing y'all face,
Hey.
man. I don't want no smoke today.
Somebody in trouble.
He already told me, man, I can't wait to get on here.
Hey,
Like,
somebody in trouble. We're gonna figure out after this episode. But man, let's get right to it. Y'all know the NBA is booming right now. It's really booming with these crazy stats and scoring that's going on. But man, let's start off. You want to start off there with the scoring?
yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well, man.
Yeah, might as well. Hey, so
There's no, like, huge news.
unless
today.
you're a vampire and you've been in a hiding and you don't know what's going on, or you just someone that's living in a cave, you would know that with NBA basketball right now, that the points spreads, the scores are crazy, man.
Inflated.
It's like
Inflated.
everybody's looking like Jordan when it comes to the
Freedom
numbers.
of
almost.
movement, man.
Man,
It's the freedom of movement.
Freedom of movement. So I'm gonna just give you the top 5 teams scoring. You got 125 Golden State, 122 with the Pelicans. Lakers are averaging 121. Milwaukee averaging 120. Toronto is averaging 117. Four of those teams are four of the top. I would say 8 teams in the NBA right now, of course, other than the Lakers, who are a new team playing with each other. But they will get there. And the other teams are teams that are, at the top right now when it comes to
the big
standings.
boys.
And it's just crazy because every team in the NBA is averaging 100 points.
Everybody.
Yeah, that's wild.
100 minimum.
Man, everybody, like,
That's the minimum.
I can remember where the bad teams were averaging 89 points, 91 points, but now.
Yeah, those KTLA Clipper games.
Man, really?
Golden State had 92 in the first half.
First half.
92
bro.
in the first half.
Clay
I couldn't
putting up
believe
50
it.
in 3/4.
So is that a 3-point, a shift to the 3-point? Is it faster offenses?
So,
is it a combination?
this
Is
is a
it
question-
It's a combination of
defense?
everything.
This is a question I want to ask you guys, Bruce. I'm going to start with you first. All of this scoring, is it good or bad for the NBA?
I love it.
You love it?
I love it. I love it because I feel like as I've been watching these Laker games, as an example, is like you're never out of the game. Like at any given moment.
I mean, it helps when you have LeBron.
True.
Very true. But I mean, last night, Luka. But I just think it, like I said, like it's very entertaining, and I appreciate that from a fan's perspective in watching the game and not falling asleep on the couch every night when the game gets boring or it's one of those slow games. But it's bad because a lot of it also is they want it to be faster pace. They've done that with the offensive rebound shot clock, 14 seconds reset. But I think the fouling, that's the best. I love the offensive rebound thing.
That Euro League thing that they brought forth, I like it.
But all the fouls, I think, what stat we probably need to look into is the minutes. Like, I guess, like games are played. like not with just the 48, but like how long a game actually runs is in like 2-3 hours or whatever, because of all the fouls. Like they're speeding up the game in some ways, but like all the fouls is fouls constantly. Oh, stop the play, stop the play, free throw line, stop the play, and like we already had to deal with that with James Harden, but now Kemba Walker's at the line all night,
the
like
whole league, yep.
Jokic at the line all night, like it's.
I don't think that it's early in the season. So just like, we got Pete here so we could talk football. Just like in football, the first few weeks, you get a lot of those penalties on the new rules that they got in place. So they want to make sure that they let you know this is what we're going to be calling. I think you're kind of seeing that in the NBA right now. They're calling every little touchy thing because it's new rules that they're trying to get across to the players.
Yeah.
In a week or two, I think it's going to be more back to – it's never going to be as physical as it used to be. As that's what I would like it to be.
Yeah, but at least for now we're seeing fades again.
Finally. You see
multiple fades.
Man, multiple fades. So it's just, I guess because after a while you get tired of somebody busting your ass and scoring 70 points on you in 1.5 quarters.
52 points on 56 dribbles from Clay. Like,
man.
All right, I got a stat for you guys. So pretty much right now, the average score is 112.3 points. That's the highest since 1970, which was 112.4.
1970.
And during that time in 1970, that's when people didn't watch the NBA because they felt, it's just street ball.
The game's probably way longer.
Yeah.
30-second shot clocks.
They were saying it's street
or if
ball.
there was one.
All these guys are just playing wild and reckless and shooting everything. But now it's like it's something that's accepted, so it's kind of crazy.
Well, I think it's good just because, like you already talked about, bringing up football, it's like we're seeing more offense in football, and basketball is already trending up. But if you can add that extra high-scoring element to it, that's how you catch the NFL. That's how you catch baseball, which is already getting left behind. And soccer, which is nobody cares about here.
Yeah.
So
facts, big facts.
It's just not fast enough.
Super facts.
So, and that's pretty much what Adam Silver said. They had a conference with him, I think, earlier this week, and he said, this is part of the plan. These are the rules that you're talking about that the competition committee has already been in play. This is what they wanted. Now, and then on top of that, to see a guy like Derrick Rose drop 50, you know, just that story. A dude who a lot of people thought was going to be a top 50 player of all time.
True.
And then got hurt and fell off.
Yeah.
Devastating.
And just to see that man, because here's the thing. I love sports. Don't get me wrong. I love competition. But I love that human element. When you see a story like that, like Derrick Rose, you just see that true emotion of him after dropping 50 and just
I saw Famous Loso on IG was like, man, for all y'all guys that watch hoop, I know y'all was crying yesterday, and if you say you didn't, you lying.
Yeah, man.
I didn't cry, but I was just still touched by like, damn, like I know the work that he put in.
Yeah, definitely.
To be able to do that and how he was playing, he wasn't shooting a lot of threes.
And his struggle and kind of like what he was going through. Like,
he's
like one of those dudes where like his mental health wasn't like there. He just wasn't like engaged.
Just know this: if this was 20 years ago, a dude that came from injuries like that,
he's not coming back.
Dudes ain't letting you come back and score 50 on them.
No,
I mean
they playing defense physical, and they might bump you a little bit. Maybe
he would have never been in this good of health again.
Yeah,
because
like
with the training, but like the
I'm,
surgeries aren't the same. Like he's two torn meniscus and like what an ACL or something. Like
he had 4 knee surgeries,
and not just that, but it's not easy being the franchise's most hyped player since Jordan, being in your hometown, and having early success and having to ride through all that and play through all that. Like I can only imagine what that man's been through.
Hey, amazing performance, man. I hope we can see more of it.
Exactly.
Seeing D Rose, his MVP Rose, man, it was one of my favorite players to watch. But just to take it back to the scoring and the crazy numbers, I'm gonna throw out the top 10 scores, all right, just to let y'all know out there how crazy it is, because it is insane. So Steph Curry is the leading scorer. He's averaging 33. Kemba Walker is next with 30 a game, 29 for Lillard. Zach LaVine, 27 points. Zach LaVine.
Yeah, you say that out loud.
Let me say it one more time because we know him for dunks only, but he's averaging 27.9. DeMar is at 27.9. KD, 27.8. Think about that. Curry and Durant are up there with almost 28 and 33 on the same damn team. Insane. LeBron is there with the same numbers. Kawhi, 27.3. that former Clipper player that we don't talk about anymore, 27.3 out of Detroit. Then Embiid, 27 points. So everybody's getting big numbers. I remember in
No. You have to go to number 11.
number 11. Oh, number 11 is. It's not even his daddy. It's Tim Hardaway. It's Junior.
What?
Junior.
Junior.
Is top 11 in scoring.
Hey, I've been talking shit about Tim Hardaway son and Gary Payton's son. I think
But Tim Hardaway's son is averaging 26
I don't even know
a
who he
game.
played for.
He
That's
played for
how bad it is.
Who he played for? Like TNT, like
Knicks.
Shaq. He played for the Knicks.
See?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
But
I was watching the Knicks play the other day, and I'm like, who are these
who are these
dudes?
dudes? For real.
Like,
But
they start like randoms.
Can
Yeah.
you give me the starting five for the Knicks?
No. And I saw it
Hell
last
no.
night.
I think Michael.
I know.
Let's test Michael since he.
Alonzo, I know Trey Burke is over there.
He's not starting.
He's not starting.
I need
Oh,
the
he
starting
is?
five.
I don't
sir.
know.
He is.
Oh.
Give me the starting five.
Damn, I can't give it to you right
Nah,
now.
you
It's
can't.
Neely-
I can tell you for sure.
Is Neely
Hey.
Keeler starting?
Yeah.
Yeah, he started.
Yeah,
They
he's
the
He
kid
started
on-
yesterday.
They have Alonzo, what's his name? The kid from Arizona. I know.
Oh,
I don't think he started.
Knox.
No,
Knox has got to be
Kevin
starting.
Knox not even playing
yeah,
right now.
'cause
He's hurt.
injured. Yeah, he's hurt right
Okay.
now. So they got a lot of dudes.
Tim
Look at-
Hardaway
get
starting.
that starting lineup, Bruce.
I'll pull it up. For you.
Get that starting lineup.
Yesterday's lineup or the real starting lineup? too?
But hey, I don't know who's starting for them, or the Nets, or Memphis, because the league is so many good teams that are scoring all these crazy points, and then you got the bums that you really don't know.
They
who's on
scoring
their
too,
team.
though.
No, they scoring
That's the
too
thing.
because it's like. Yeah, you gonna score. If Warriors scoring 159 points, you better score 100 points. Or you about to lose by almost 100.
Okay, if I would have told you, let's say 2 months ago, that the Grizzlies would be 4-2 and the Kings would be 5-3,
The
And
Kings, bro.
the Rockets would be 1-5, and the Thunder were 2-4, would you have believed me?
Yes.
I wouldn't have, but you know what I would
I
tell
would
you?
have.
It's early.
It's early.
Why?
Yeah, these guys ain't in no
We got the schedule strength.
LeBron
bro.
was
Yeah, I
trash
know.
last year, and he went to the
schedule
finals.
strength. So the better teams always start with
That
the
hasn't
really
helped
good
in the
games.
past 2 seasons.
Yeah, but you just got to look at the fact that those guys, they're playing every game like, man, we got to win, because they know
Especially because Sacramento loses their pick.
as the season goes on, that those teams are going to start, they're going to fall back down to earth, and the good teams are going to get to where they need to be, and then that's when you start to disappear. So you want to try to steal these wins early, but, hey, so the offense is just crazy. Man, let us know. Hit us up on our IG.
I think the D been crazy too, though.
As far
I
as
think-
crazy
I-
bad, or
I
what?
think no. I think it's been. I think people be playing defense, man. I feel like Steel's at an all time high. On top of that,
Yeah, because you're getting
Yeah.
more shots, more possessions. And
There's a
stuff
lot of
that.
like,
I
yeah, there's
feel
a
like
lot of
that's-
like
that's true. So
So
deflected
turnover.
what about
passes.
blacks? What about blacks though?
Same.
Same because it's more shots. going
Because
up.
it's
That's
more
fair.
up and
That's fair.
down.
That's
and
fair.
it's a lot of it is some guys are Kawhi still out there playing crazy defense.
That's what I was gonna
Draymond's
say,
playing
yeah.
crazy defense.
P. Bear.
It's just
It's individuals.
Yeah, P. Bev is out there aiming at legs, which
It's-
you need to cut it out. Russ gonna put paws on him. We don't want that to happen. But hey,
All right, you
we
ready
need-
for the start
hey,
lineup?
we need to set that up though. We need to set up the Russ versus Pat Beverly boxing, LA versus Chicago. Let's see what happens.
See what happens.
I think Patch Beverly got them hands.
No, he
honestly.
from Shy, so he ain't no punk. You could tell that's why he never backed down. I want to have to see that.
I
One.
think he'll still get slept though.
You think he get slapped?
Yeah,
just
Russ
'cause
too strong.
Because for one, like
Hey,
Russ,
can we have Vince
bigger,
Staples
stronger,
and
but,
Vic
like-
Mensa warm up?
Pac
Yeah.
Beverly,
The
like he
fight
just
Yeah,
before
they
that?
can do the fight. Yeah,
I feel like Patch Beverly one of them dudes, like, you know, in high school, that dude who didn't really have no sense.
Yeah.
So he didn't care how he hit you.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
you always hated hitting that guy. Like,
Yeah, I don't
that's
want to
how
fight
I
him. I
I
don't
know.
want to
That's
fight
how I
him.
feel like Patrick
I
Beverly
know
is.
we fighting to the
He looks
death.
like that dude too.
I thought we were just catching a quick little 2 minute. You fighting like you trying to kill me.
Yeah, it's almost like
He
a
got
mental
nothing to
disorder.
lose.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got
he
nothing
from
to lose.
Chirac, man. So you know they really wilding out there.
My money's on Pete Bev.
Wow, that's a
But
tough
yeah, I think there's still a lot of individual defenders. It's just the team concept
defense.
hasn't caught up
one. Yeah.
to where the team offense is right now.
Then it's just so much 3-point shooting to back in the day when I was thinking about it yesterday. Back
And
in the
it
day,
goes in.
if a team shot
Oh my
20
God.
threes, 25 threes, you was like, damn, they shot a lot of threes. Now teams are shooting 50 threes, so you're going to shoot more, you're going to make more, so it's going to be more points, you know? Hey, Raiders are terrible, just to let y'all
Bruh.
know.
This whole game, I
Thank
can't
you,
believe
Bosa.
I can't believe it's Monday night. They should have switched the
Thursday,
game.
yeah.
Nick
this-
Mullen.
I mean Thursday night. They should have switched the game.
Nick
It's because this
Mullen.
is the last
Missed
battle of the
schedule.
Bay ever. This
Now
will
they
be the
can't
last
change
time they
it.
ever
They
play.
can't change
Hey,
It's like
but-
a schedule.
Hey, I want y'all to tell me before we switch topics, do you guys agree with me? I think that you're seeing this offensive surge because of Steph Curry in the way the Warriors has evolutionized the game of basketball.
Yeah.
I think once they
Steph
disappear,
Curry made this culture of basketball.
yeah, once they disappear,
Oh, are you guys really just gonna disregard Steve Nash and the Suns?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I
that
am.
never
because
happened?
they weren't
In
doing it to
comparison,
this extent.
Stop it.
You can still stop.
But they
them.
were the start of it. Who was the GM?
No,
then?
they were the start.
Steve Kerr.
I know they were the start, but it wasn't.
They wouldn't.
They didn't make the entire.
was-
They didn't make the entire.
Bro, you
league
had
wanna play
6'10"
like that.
Amari playing center and 6'8" Sean Marion playing power forward.
no, at the
and
end
that
of
was
the-
unheard of.
Nah.
Steve Nash was known for his
At the
passing.
end of the
What are
day,
you talking about?
At the end of the day,
Yeah,
it's how Steph plays the game.
The
Yeah,
tempo.
it's
The
like-
tempo was there.
Nobody mimicked their style of play. Like everyone was still like they didn't win championships, so we still want to play like the Spurs. We
Steve
still
Nash
want to be
wasn't
like
pulling
Kobe
up
and Shaq.
in
Yeah,
rhythm
but that
40
first
feet
season,
out.
well, that's what I'm saying is,
Like,
yeah,
Steve Nash still technically had a set shot. He had a
Yeah.
little fade sometimes, but it was
But-
mainly
hey,
yeah,
Price.
the Warriors took it
Spot
to the
up.
next level and added their own element to it, but I want to credit the Suns for starting that just with
Yeah,
the
but-
tempo and the small ball.
I'm saying Steph Curry as an individual.
one
regardless,
person.
regardless of what the Golden State.
Yeah.
Steph Curry is a reason why people shoot the way they do.
Bro,
I mean, it's the same thing with
It
Jordan,
was
right?
working.
Because Jordan changed the game from wanting to be a big man and back everyone
That's
down
true.
and,
That's
and,
fair.
and
No,
throw it away.
that's very fair.
Jordan changed it to
That's fair.
mid-range, drive,
That's fair.
one-on-one, and now Steph got kids pulling up threes from everywhere.
But
And
you
they
always
hitting it.
you always have
I mean,
somebody.
you
It's
coach,
wet, bro.
how do
It's
you
just
feel about
splash
that?
every time.
How do
And
you
I
feel
just
about
I
that?
hate it because
Have you been watching Trae Young? Has anybody watched
everybody-
Yeah, I
Trae
watched
Young?
Trae Young. Yeah.
Like he's fresh in the game, and he's
No, yeah.
more polished than like how Steph was when he came into the game.
For
with
sure.
how it is.
But-
Size don't matter as much.
He
as
doesn't
it used
have
to.
all the fundamentals that Steph has.
no, actually
Now
does.
though,
Yeah.
you talking about Steph,
Steph
now?
is a profession.
But
the
even
best.
then,
Nah, Trae Young is on like the kid having like real good flashes for
No,
me.
but
At his
hey,
size,
Steph,
especially.
Steph had a game as a
He
rookie
turns
where
it
he
over,
scored
though, too.
35 and 10. So
I believe
Yeah.
you. Like I'm not saying he didn't have, but like just
remember
watching
when Monte
Trae,
and Steph was a real debate?
watching Trey
Yeah,
in
that's
game, I'm just like, wow, like this kid's gonna be good, and like he shouldn't be doing this to people.
hey, but
Like,
but believe me,
back in the day, he'd be like,
I believe when the Warriors fall apart 5 or 10 years, the
5 or
game.
10 years.
nah, bro, it's like next year.
That's how bad it is. But
Nah, I give him 3 more.
I,
Bro, it was
yeah, I
92
say
to
5
51.
years that it's going to be like Embiid. If those guys win championships, it's going to get back to damn.
The big man
It's always
shooting
about
threes.
winning.
Yeah.
So when Magic and Bird and those guys was winning, it was about what? It was about let's have team ball. Let's have this number one guy, but let our theme be team ball. And you had a guy like Jordan came and was like, man, we can have one guy that can do everything and let's play great defense. So you had Jordan and Pippen. And then it came back to the Magic and Kareem team because that's why Shaq wanted to go get Penny so they can play like that, up and down. And then you got the Shaq and Kobe situation. So T-Mac and Yao tried to be the same. So it's always patterns. So you had Steve Nash, and they opened that door, and Kerr took that with Steph and those guys, and they just took it to another level. But you have to win for people to really take you serious and want to mimic the things that you do.
Well,
That's
they were
all I'm
one
saying.
bullshit suspension away from winning, or at least
Hey,
getting to the finals.
Ask LeBron. If you get there and you don't win, it don't matter.
Yeah, it really
All
don't matter.
Amari did was stand up. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that was crazy. But hey, Courtside Radio with the starting 5 here. The PG Mike Hill in the building. We got the boy Bruce. What's up, Bruce?
Shice, right?
In the building. We got Pete up in the building.
What's good, Clipper Nation?
Oh man! Hey, cut his mic next time you want to bring that up. And then we got the boss man, Mr. Good News himself.
You know
And,
why I'm here.
Hey, so
It's the first he came.
he got his Marshawn on.
But yeah, I just want to know, like, because you teach basketball, so how do you deal with that whole phenomenon?
That
of it
is an
changing?
interesting question.
You know what it
Yeah.
is you have to be realistic to kids and let them know that
They
these
not
guys
sure.
are shooting like that because they can do it. So don't you come out here shooting threes like that. Start from the inside out.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
inside
But
out.
what do you do when that kid who's breaking
5,
them
10,
all of a sudden
15,
comes back
20.
one summer and he's hitting them?
Yeah,
Yeah, he got better. But
Yeah,
that
what if he
year
wet
that he
ball?
was bricking him, he was sitting on the bench next to me. So I'm telling him, hey, you want to go up there and shoot that nonsense, you better start making them. So I
Right,
probably
hey, real
was his
talk.
motivation.
You making them, yeah. I
As
feel
soon
that.
as you miss 2,
Yeah. Because
that's
think
you
about
right there,
it.
bro.
And then
Better hit
LeVar
one
Ball
of them
gonna pull him
motherfuckers.
off your team.
Put him off my team. That means he ain't ready. He ain't ready
That
to
is
win.
hilarious.
You know.
Yeah.
So you got to be real to these kids because a lot of these kids are doing that. 6'8", 6'9", high school kids that are 300 pounds that you look at and be like, that dude can be the next Shaq. because of KD, because of Steph, they want to shoot threes. So you have to see how good they are at it. Because if you out there knocking them down, I'm not about to say no. Like Embiid can make threes, so I'm not going to say Embiid don't shoot threes.
And
but do know that your game is on the block and in the post. And if you a guard that's quick, explosive, can get to the rim at ease, and you want to shoot threes, I'm gonna tell you, take your ass to this lane and get your buckets and get you the easy ones. Because, like I said, in a few years, once Steph go away, coaches start to realize everybody can't shoot it like Steph. They're going to be like, let's get back to real basketball and do what you know you can
But
do.
a lot of people can, though. That's the thing. Like, James Harden is, like, maybe one or two steps behind, Klay Thompson, you know what I'm saying, as far as shooting the three.
Oh, yeah. No, well, James, I like James' three-point shooting better. Just the fact
Klay?
He's an off-the-dribble shooter. Klay is a
his
catch and
step
shoot.
back game is so cold.
It is cold.
It's
Yeah,
like
it
automatic
is cold.
step back. Like
It is so cold.
I'm like
Hey,
rocking you to sleep, and then I'm taking a step back, and it's
But guys always
possibly
had
a
the three
foul
ball.
from 4.
Like, guys always had the three ball. I think it was like 1994 still holds the record for the best three-point percentage as far as the season. So
Out of
But
how
like-
many threes, though?
Yeah, like how many y'all shooting?
no,
though?
that's for the whole league. So the whole league together.
But still,
so
how many
It's not as
was-
many as now.
'Cause I can go 1 for 1 and be 100%.
Yeah.
Man, we out here wilding.
Yeah, true. But it's not as much
That's
as
true.
now. But just think about it. If I don't want to bring up guns though, but if I shoot 50 shots, I better hit like 25 times
Yeah,
at
man.
least,
Right.
or at least 20 times. But
You brought up Chirac and guns in the same podcast.
I know, man, because Clay got a clip when he's shooting the ball, man. But if I go to the gym and I shoot 100 threes, I better make at least 40 of them. You know what I'm saying? So the
Nah.
more you shoot, the
You'll
more
make
you're gonna make.
33%
on
is what-
air. You gotta make more
33%
than that.
is like, okay, well, you cool. They were like, yeah, you cool with that.
Yeah,
35, 37.
But if you shoot 50
now it's
in a
like
game,
37, 38. They want you
But
to
this
like
the
be
worst
shooting
part.
threes.
The top 5 3-point shooting teams last year, all were lottery teams. So it didn't mean that you were winning. And people talk about Steph and them doing it, but when you think who's shooting the threes on that team, Steph, Clay,
KD.
3 of the best shooters like
Yeah.
all time.
all time. Yeah.
Draymond,
Nah, he
sometimes.
misses.
He
He
sometimes
shoot them, though.
Yeah, he shoot them.
He
But
shoot, but he
if you look at take those 3 guys away and their 3-point attempts and look at the rest of the team, they
Yeah.
don't shoot as many threes.
Of course, yeah.
It's just
Boogie
those
gonna
dudes
come back
can do
with
it.
the 3-point.
Nah, they better tell his big ass to get down.
He
there.
gonna shoot them.
He gonna shoot
know
him,
he
but
gonna shoot him.
they like, hey, we got 3 shooters, marksmen out there.
I'll say, Bruce, you have to start lineup, right? For
Yeah.
the Knicks?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
let's get
Oh,
this
you-
Knicks star lineup.
Yeah, we have. I just want to know
Because
who's
we,
on the
yeah,
I just have to know who's on
Yeah.
the team.
All right.
I don't know who their point guard is.
Point guard is Frank. Frank is starting at the point.
Ntilikina?
Yeah.
Who?
Then it's
Ntilikina.
Frank Ntilikina.
Oh.
Yeah. Their
Number
number 1 draft
pick
pick last year.
Yeah.
Okay. See.
Then it's like somebody Dotson, D Dotson. It's like,
Nope.
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 yeah.
don't know what that is.
What position do he play?
He's the 2. Then you got Tim Hardaway at the 3.
Yeah,
Isn't he like 6'5"?
yeah.
Tim Hardaway?
6'5",
Yeah.
6'6".
Tim Hardaway like 6'6", 6'7".
But
He's
he was
long.
Small. He was.
No,
he
no.
came in the league as a.
It's
combo
positionless
guard.
anyway.
He's a
though.
nah.
Yeah.
He's a 2-3.
Threes
sure.
are combo guards usually.
Nah,
though.
he's a
Yeah.
2-3 for sure. Nah, he
Yeah.
and he
He's
got
frail,
bounced
though.
too.
Yeah.
But he's frail. Like
Yeah, no, he's
he's
just
a
skinny.
prototypical 2, but in today's NBA, 2-3.
He is 3. Yeah.
He getting a little heftier though. He
Like a
putting
Trevor
weight
Ariza.
on. All right, here's the
Iguodala.
4
He
though.
ain't that physical.
Here's the 4, and you probably not even going. You're gonna remember the name because it's more recent. But like the fact he's a starter on the team, Noah Vonleh.
Noah. Oh yeah, okay. I did see he was on there. Yeah,
He just got cut last
Yeah.
season,
Yeah.
mid-season.
Yeah.
He back, baby.
they don't plan to win.
And he balling too. He pulling up threes in transition.
Hey.
Like
Hey, New York, y'all don't plan on winning, so we understand. Who's at 5? They waiting
Mitchell
for Nate.
Robinson, the rookie.
Mitch
Cantor's
Oh,
hurt?
Mitch Robinson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cantor's hurt.
Damn, they got a no squad.
Yeah,
Six
no,
man?
bro. Our,
Bro, it's bad, huh?
Cantor?
Cantor is on.
our
He's
forward
off
with
the
one
bench
more
always.
can beat them.
He doesn't start. Mitchell Robinson's
Nah,
defensive.
I'm not
We
even
said-
gonna say
Mitchell
that.
nice though.
I'm not gonna disrespect these NBA players.
No, yeah,
more.
no, I know they ballers.
no more.
But,
I thought
hey,
somebody was weak till I seen him in the gym.
when we sitting in this chair,
Nice.
we got the power to say they weak. That's all I'm gonna say. Hey, but so we just talked about the crazy scoring, man. Make sure y'all watch it. It's crazy games. It's like 115, 120 every game. So you got to watch it. But now we're going to talk about, just like we were, Pete brought it up earlier, just these teams that are struggling that are a surprise. Good teams that we expected to come out the gate to be a little better that are struggling. So just looking at the records here, I'm looking at Philly at 4-4. Washington at 1-6.
That's terrible.
That's crazy. That's on the East. On the West, you have Houston 1-5, OKC 2-4, Lakers 3-5. Yeah, and those are like some teams that we thought were going to do so much better, but it just didn't happen. So for me, Philly is disappointing because, man, me coming to
Houston
the
is
season,
1-5.
I mean,
No,
they're
but-
500. They're not.
Houston has
Sunk
won
it.
one game,
But-
and that was against the Lakers.
Philly hasn't showed me
Barely,
Philly
'cause of the
hasn't showed
fight.
me anything. I really thought Philly had a chance to beat Boston and go to the finals this year, but Ben Simmons still isn't shooting jumpers. Markelle Fultz is still trying to get his feet wet, and it's like they're still trying to figure out about their rotation. I thought they would at least give you a look of, damn, like, oh, they're going to be a tough out. But right now they're just looking like, oh, they're the same team from last year.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
the
that's
other
what it
thing,
looks like.
the other thing with Philly though is they have Sacramento's draft pick, so they can still pull a deal off.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just
It's
like, you know how
But who gonna fit over there?
I know, that's what I'm trying to think. That
Clay.
people say
If the
Jimmy
Washington
Butler.
keeps going,
Clay would
sorry.
fit.
If Washington keeps
Clay
going,
fit
sorry.
anywhere.
Bradley
I
Beal?
would
Clay
call
fits
him up for
any-
Bradley Beal or
any
John
team.
Wall.
No, I wouldn't want John Walker. Ben Simmons is PG, but Bradley Beal would be nice over there. I never thought about that one. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
That would be.
But,
I don't think it's enough to win.
Yeah, I don't know if it's enough to beat Boston.
I mean, that's the only thing they're missing is a 2-guard and a shooter. That's 2 birds
Yeah.
with 1 stone.
For me, their mistake is you should have brought Markelle Fultz off the bench. Have that guy come off
I
the
think
bench.
he'll still get there.
No, you
eventually.
could get there as a starter, but you could have told him, hey, right now, you know what we need you to be? We need you to be Jamal Crawford, Lou Williams.
But that would have made him more comfortable, actually.
Yeah, because he'll have
like
the ball all
a little
the
more
time.
freedom.
Yeah.
Like when it's your are you gonna do your thing?
Bro,
Ben's out or whatever.
When it came to the ratings and how they rate stuff and the stats for starting lineups, the starting lineup of Simmons, Redick, Covington, Saric, and Embiid was the number 1 lineup out of all the 5s that were used last year.
last year,
and
but
they-
do you know who's gonna be the number 1 fight this year?
We gotta wait for that.
Don't
one.
say
Okay,
that.
that's
They,
why
they
I-
look. I know we're gonna talk about them, but because I agree, something
You're
close
talking about
to it.
that 11 seat?
But and we don't talk about the first 8 games. It's like, you know, first 8 games.
That's
don't mean
literally
nothing.
what we're talking about.
'Cause
That's literally the subject.
I want to ask this question about
Yeah.
about OKC. Send like their start.
Their struggles.
You know what I mean? Do they have? Can they even acquire what it would take to win a championship in the next 2 seasons?
Write this down right now.
This is the Sixers.
No.
No.
OKC.
OKC. So for OKC,
The next
I'm
2
gonna tell you this.
seasons.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
Hey,
Lakers.
as long as Russ,
Chill, bro.
it's my homie. I was with him last week, but as long as Russ is the number 1 guy, they will not win the championship.
Now, I would love to know why. Why do you think he shouldn't be the number 1 guy when he averages a triple double?
It's because it's more than just stats. The reason why I always say I would take Kobe over LeBron is just your leadership abilities.
Okay.
Your ability
That's
to
fair.
make people play better. And when he
Yeah.
plays, sometimes it looks like he doesn't trust his guys on the court. So he will come out and shoot some bad shots. And when you're the number 1 guy, you have to be a closer. And right now, he's just not closing games.
And his closer, like I don't think it always means like you got to make that shot.
Yeah.
The closer means like you make the right
the
decision.
best play, you know.
You
And
know,
if you're
and, like
going
him
to
pulling up from 30 when like it
I
just
don't know.
dribbling and like Paul George cutting to the basket, he's wide open.
I don't, bro.
Steven Adams just
He the only
was
one
on
who
the
do
pick and
running.
roll.
He the only one do running jumpers still.
I'm at the game last week. They're beating Boston
Like,
by
who's
20.
chasing you, bro?
He doing that shit.
Hey, I'm at the game last week. They're beating Boston by 20. They get to the 4th quarter. He goes 0 for 7. I can promise you, all 7 were bad shots. None of them were like in the flow. It was just like dribble up. We're up 8 points with like 4 minutes. I'm gonna come up, use 4 or 6 seconds
Wow.
on the shot clock and pull up 3. It's like use the clock, run a set, run a play. So I don't know if that's the coaching to where Billy Donovan isn't willing to go and step on Russ's toes and say you need to
can't.
be better,
It's Russ.
and that's what it is. They need a coach. They can win if they get a coach. If they get a coach that he respects, that will challenge going out in the media and say, Russ, we need Russell to be better. He's a top 5, top 10 player. We need him to be Kobe Bryant for us to win. But
I'm gonna disagree with you guys, and here's why. The Thunder are one of the class front offices in the entire NBA. When you talk about getting draft steals, when you talk about making trades before,
You mean-
players get
you mean
Get
years
cashed
ago?
out?
Name their last great pick.
What was it was
Sam Adams. The other white
Steven
guard
Adams?
they got, like they find quality. I'm not saying that they're the best, but I'm saying they do a lot with what they get. They maximize the return, whether it's a second round pick, whether it's a first round pick.
Yeah, they had to learn how to do it after they traded away 2 MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's why I think they could do it. Number one,
Sam Presti used
Number
to have
two,
that power. He don't.
the
got it
reason
anymore.
why I do agree to you guys to an extent is really Paul George, because even you guys as Laker fans, as LA homers, didn't want Paul George because you saw him declining over the past couple seasons, and he basically got cashed out, and everyone kind of forgot about it because he had a great 5-game series, and they used Melo as a scapegoat.
But he's not. He's averaging 25.5 a game. He's not declining.
Paul George.
He's playing with Russell, who's
taking all the spots.
Yeah, he's taking all the spotlight. He has probably a top 3 uses rated. So it's taking the
But their
ball out of
games
his hands.
aren't complementing each other. Exactly.
Is
that I agree with.
Yeah.
But is that his fault or is that coaching not finding a way to make
That's
it?
Paul George's fault for signing there.
No,
That's-
he wanted to get his money.
Yeah,
I
he
ain't
wanted
mad
to
at
get
that.
his bread. Yeah, he wanted to get that extra 40.
I actually talked to his parents.
But
Like, he need that bread.
yeah, he needs that bread.
You need that bread. I don't care how much. 40 million is 40 million.
That's why when everybody wanted Russ to come to LA, and he told me I'm not about to turn away 50 mil. I said, "Sound okay?"
Mark Cuban would be pissed off about
Yeah,
40
for
million.
real.
That shit's a lot of money.
But it's just that with that situation, I think that the coaching is terrible. I think Billy Donovan, and that's what Presti is messing them up because he went from Scott Brooks to a coach similar, and that got KD out of there, and that set them back. And you still got this guy there when you had a chance to get a Mark Jackson.
Billy Donovan to me is like
He's a college coach.
Spoelstra.
Nah, Spoelstra's a better coach.
I'm sorry, not Spoelstra. I'm not thinking of Spoelstra. I'm thinking of Tyronn Lue. He just has a situation that works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good example.
I thought Tyronn Lue. It didn't look like he was coaching that team at all.
Nah.
He didn't have to.
It like he was always stuttering. Like he was just smoking blacks after cigars after.
He just had to be
He
cool.
was-
He was with Shannon Sharp. They was
Yeah.
Black and Miles
That's
after.
it.
They was definitely not smoking Black and Miles when
Yeah,
Cameron was gone.
And then for me, another team I want to talk about, Washington. Man, 1-6. I can't
Wall's
believe
terrible.
it.
I read a stat that they
Yeah,
gave up.
he's shooting too much, they said.
They gave up the most points through like the first 5 games like ever.
But Dwight hasn't played. He just played like today or tomorrow.
Yeah,
or
his
something.
first game back today. So I think he's
Dwight
going to
Howard's with
help.
them now?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that happen.
Yeah, he's going to help
Nobody
because
cares,
they
I'm
give
saying.
them a rim protector. You know, he's
Yeah, like
right
Dwight's
now,
a
he's
fact. I
DeAndre
don't care what
Jordan.
anybody says.
Yeah.
He's still better than most centers out there.
He's DeAndre Jordan, so you have to think twice when you drive inside. And then John
Just
Wall
foul him out.
John Wall gets easy buckets because he's going to drive.
Who
and
gonna
can
like
lob.
go up on Dwight though? Like effectively.
I don't know how much he can jump no more
Unless
with
you
that back.
switch on him.
Last year he had a solid year with Hornets. I think he was.
No,
at
I
like-
think he's healthier.
He was
now.
like at 15,
Yeah,
12
he did.
rebounds.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
You know,
He-
there's like steroids and
he's
stuff.
he's
He
a
can't
perfect
score.
third guy. Yeah, he just can't score. That's he never grew into that. But
their problem is Otto Porter as well.
he's not playing as
He's
well.
like literally making like $25 million a year, and he
Yeah.
sucks.
Oh,
Him and
God.
Kelly Oubre aren't playing as good as they were.
They should have
last
just
year.
kept Kelly and let Otto walk when he
Yeah.
got signed by Brooklyn.
And then
How about Cleveland?
Cleveland. Come on, man.
they got.
I mean,
they got a new coach.
outside of
Did they hire somebody yet?
No, they're trying to get Larry Drew to be the coach, but he's like, man, I'm not about to sign up for this.
Yeah,
Y'all messed up.
dumpster fire.
Yeah, he was like, pretty much, he's
Hot
like,
garbage.
I'm not about to sign up with this for no interim and just coach the year out, and my resume may get messed up because all
That's
these
why
losses.
Chauncey left. As soon as
So-
Chauncey turned down the GM spot, I was like, oh, LeBron going to LA.
Yeah, LeBron out of there. But
It's
yeah,
done.
so
yeah,
that's
Larry Drew's too experienced for that.
yeah. Plus, he's like, don't mess up my resume unless you gonna promise me 4 years so I can try to
Get
build
all that
something.
bread.
Yeah, get my money.
Because they're going to do
I
like
need 4 years,
they're gonna do like the
30
Lakers
million.
did Mike Brown.
Yeah, like Mike Brown. Get your money, get you right out of there.
Like, bro, now we could. We'll
Or
pay
do you
that.
like Tyronn Lue? Tyronn Lue went to the finals 3 straight years, and right when it
No,
went
LeBron
bad,
went to
Derek
the
Fisher
finals.
too in New York. He got like $25 million.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I expected Cleveland to be bad, but this bad is pretty bad.
no, I thought cause
Really?
they're not starting Sexton. I don't get that. Like you
Kevin
guys
Love
are
trying to
rebuilding.
find a way out.
That's
He's
probably
hurt.
why.
Yeah.
That's probably why
He's
Ty Lue
hurt.
was fired.
Yeah. It's like you're not starting your young guy. You're not winning this year. Don't worry about that. Just try to let them play, see what can happen, and see what it can do. Now, you brought it up earlier again, Pete. The Houston Rockets. I'm not tripping on them, to be honest,
No.
because
They
Chris
get
Paul
together.
was suspended, And James Harden has been missing games because of his hamstring.
Which you got to chill on those.
Yeah,
so.
which you got to chill. So I'm just a little worried because they need to play the more and more so they can see the fit, see if they need to make a move to go and
chemistry right.
Jimmy Butler.
See if they
what do you mean?
They
tried him. They are literally telling you, I want Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy's
But
perfect for him.
that's all I want to see from them, but I think that they're going to get it together.
Do you honestly think Jimmy can play with those other three?
Melo wasn't good enough?
Those other three ball
Hell
dominant
no. Melo
players?
wasn't
Jimmy,
good enough.
yeah. Jimmy a
think so?
dog, bro. Like, he fit in.
Because he's Trevor Ariza 2.0. So
Yeah, like,
he's
I
better.
don't know about that.
Yeah, I know.
Nah, like, he's
No,
saying, like, he's better than
way
Trevor.
better than Trevor and does this thing
in
Trevor
that
do.
offense.
But no, I feel
Trevor's
like
not-
Is he
I
cool
feel
with
like
that third role though?
Jimmy's more ball dominant than Trevor
Yeah,
Ariza. Way
he
more
is.
ball
You
dominant.
gotta
But
understand.
with those guys, he would have to. What you think he was crying out there in Timberwolves for Minnesota? Man, these young guys got all this potential but ain't doing nothing. So
I'm going to tell you another thing about it, too.
I want y'all to lead me. I came here so y'all can lead me so I can just do what I do and hop
Y'all-
on y'all back.
See,
Y'all
that's
see-
some whack shit. from
Nah,
Jimmy
but listen
Butler.
to this.
Yeah, it is.
You're not thinking about, like, the actual basketball part of it is that Chris Paul and James Harden might start the game. Chris Paul come right out the game. And
Ain't
then
that-
they alternate each other. Jimmy will be able to stay in the game with both of those dudes.
Yep.
And be, like, the second guy that scores and probably average more minutes than both of them.
I think he's gonna fuck up the
And
chemistry.
Melo?
I don't think
he
so.
fits. I don't think Jimmy fits.
And
there.
EG.
But look at KD.
EG is the backup. He's the backup.
Yeah,
he's the
he's-
sixth
I'm just
man.
saying,
When
man.
KD
that's
went there, it was
EG's
There's only
hitting
one
open
ball.
trying to
shots.
figure it out too.
Trevor
They just
Ariza
gotta
used
move
to have
that ball.
corner threes,
They-
but when
no.
if you chase down Trevor, he has to kick it. Jimmy can head fake, step back, cross over, do whatever the hell you want, and then go to the basket and just yam on you.
It comes to coaching and rotation.
And the way he's shooting right now, like
for 60 games.
4 first-round picks with Jimmy,
Until
and
he
you gonna
gets
pay him,
hurt.
and he's from
Until he
Texas
gets
already.
hurt.
He
Jimmy
alright.
signing back, like they don't care.
Yeah, he
Daryl
is.
Morey is paying for
Because then they gonna
anything.
make
He doesn't care.
when they make a trade, they probably trade a piece so they can open up spot. Because you don't want to have too much talent,
Yeah.
unless you're the Warriors, of course. But
Not to get on the tangent. Shout out to touchdowns and tangents, but Jimmy and Cat really just don't like each other, man.
see the
No,
plug
it's
he
pure
threw in
beef.
there.
Yeah.
I like that. That was smooth. But nah, they just because Jimmy gets mad because he's like, man, if I'm out here playing like a pit bull and you the first pick of the draft, you can be one of the best. You should be right now. Cat should be top 10 in the NBA, but he's not. Nobody in the NBA.
Everybody
He
respects him.
averages
Mitchell,
like
though.
25 and 12 for his career, bro. What else you want?
Yeah,
him to
but
do?
it's as far as doing that next step, as far as them winning. Sometimes you watch the game, he
The
gets
numbers,
numbers,
mean nothing,
but he
bro.
don't have no impact on them winning because he don't do nothing on the
Bro.
defensive end.
Bro,
when it
I've
comes
seen
to
this
the
man
close-
hit game-winning threes.
Cat.
Cat.
Oh,
No, Jimmy.
I've seen this man hit game-winning threes.
Yeah.
So?
they
He can do it.
they finished with 35
But he's not.
wins.
But he's not
Nobody-
making everybody better around him. I need
Yeah.
like Cat should be averaging like 10 assists like Jokic.
No, he don't have to average 10
How?
assists.
He could though. He's so much better.
He just has
From
to,
his position?
He just has to
Yes,
average,
bro.
like,
He's a point forward,
Bro, Anthony
center
Davis-
like AD.
Anthony Davis is averaging about 28 and 13.
he's not AD though.
But
bro.
he's not like AD.
He's
They
close.
drafted him
could
to
be.
be that. He could
but
be.
he's not.
He's
He's
close.
not that
But
player,
you know
bro.
the difference is AD wants it. He wants
And-
to be great. He
and-
wants to lead his own.
Cat's like a better Zach Randolph.
Once
Whoa, nah, I'm not.
but
Going
Zebo was 20 and 10.
No, I said better.
Yeah,
I didn't
so-
say Zach Randolph was trash. Y'all make it seem like Zach Randolph was boot.
No, I know, but
the way like damn.
Nah,
But
I'm
it
talking
just-
about off his like physical abilities
Yeah.
in general, like him being 7 foot and being able to move like that on the floor. He
and
can
he has
do
a
a lot.
back to the basket.
Jokic,
game.
the way Jokic plays at center, at the 5, he's a point center. Like the
He's
dude,
the head of that team.
he like literally brings the ball up the court half the time. Like, oh, I got this. Like, don't even trip. Like, run the pick and roll.
On
Like,
some Embiid shit.
yeah,
but it ain't
like,
gonna
not
matter.
better than that. Like, it's more like guard play.
It ain't gonna matter if D Rose is looking like this D Rose every game. So we have to see from here on out with that.
But even just watching them too,
Jimmy got
specifically
people
my
over
dad
Jimmy
was
about to go because D Rose put a 50.
my dad was watching the Laker game and I just happened to be in the room, so you know. I was
Nah, he-
watching-
right. That's
We
all
got
you
us-
do.
we
He watched
got-
Lakers.
his heart is
You know what I'm
changing
saying?
purple and gold a little
He
bit.
been
You know what I'm
bleeding
saying?
that
Just
purple
happened to be
gold.
on.
You don't know who the roof.
I was
That's
at the
all.
barbecue, you know. But yeah, man, you could just see even when Jimmy Butler hit what turned out to be the game-winning 3, no one was high-fiving him. Cat made a 3. He went to go shake his hand. Cat just kind of blew him off. Like
No,
they
'cause
bumped
he-
into each
he
other.
bossed
they don't
them.
dust each other.
He bossed them up to where a year ago Cat thought this was his team. Then
It is his team.
Jimmy got
He's
traded
on
there,
long-term
and
contract.
Jimmy came there as a bulldog, like let's go, and they were like, oh, we don't play that hard. So
Man, he
you
was
know,
like, "Oh,
yeah,
what the hell y'all doing out here?"
yeah, what
man?
y'all
Like,
doing?
Hey, I
Like-
need to go, man.
and
This
we
shit is
just
weak.
hoop. We don't go that hard. We just hoop.
What do they
And
need in Minnesota for
To be honest, they just
for
need
Jimmy to stay?
they need Wiggins and Cat
I
to
don't think
put the
he's
team
staying.
on their back and really elevate their
Wanna be
games.
good.
And once Jimmy say, then they playing at a new level, we starting to string off wins, and then it's
Because
Jimmy not going to leave.
They got players, bro. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. They got
Wiggins
players.
It's
Wiggins
those
is
two guys,
trash
Wiggins
right now,
and Cat.
bro.
They have to
Yeah,
take
Wiggins
it to
trash.
another level.
We
Cat,
can talk about Cat all we want,
Yeah,
but Wiggins
Wiggins
is
is-
like
yeah.
they just
Right
pay
now.
him stupid max money and
Yeah.
he ain't doing nothing.
He ain't looking like nothing at all with that type
That's
of
because
physical
Butler
ability.
eats up all his space. They play in the same areas of the court.
They
he,
are.
He
They
was
do.
hurt. They
I
wasn't- he
kind
wasn't
of
playing.
felt
His
that
feelings was hurt.
having Butler there kind of stunted his growth because, like you said, he's in his way. But that's why Wiggins,
Especially when your coach's pet and you come in and
yeah. But
you're
Wiggins
new.
was already there, and Cat. They should have once Butler came. They should have been like, "We're Shaq and Kobe. You are third piece. We want you to
come
play."
on, man.
But
We
nah,
got-
you have to
stop.
understand
You don't have
that-
to tell
nah.
them, but show that on the
Tibbs,
court.
We
Tibbs
talking
came
about
in
Jimmy
there.
Butler, bro. What
Tibbs
we
came in
talking
there and
about?
he was like, "Oh, Wiggins ain't the dude. I need
Yeah,
Jimmy."
so yeah, that's why.
And
he,
they was
he
like, "Oh,
already
we're still
saw
gonna
it.
pay Wiggins," and he was like,
I need
"Alright,
Jimmy,
Whatever.
yeah.
I still like need Jimmy." Jimmy like.
Cause
"Man,
think
I
about
gotta go.
this:
This
Jimmy
ain't
Butler
cool."
was willing to be the second guy to an injured Derrick Rose in Chicago when he was going through those injuries.
Willing,
Jimmy-
he was because he wasn't the Jimmy Butler he is today.
No,
if
but he
if
was-
Derrick
he
Rose
was-
doesn't get
he
hurt,
was averaging 24.
nobody's talking. Nobody was looking at Jimmy as an all-star. He emerged because Derrick Rose got out of the way. If Derrick Rose didn't get out of the way, we may not.
The year after he was gone, Jimmy was like,
We
Yeah,
may
but-
not. We
Shit,
may not
Jimmy
be talking
averaging
about
30.
Jimmy Butler
Even
today.
now, I still don't see Jimmy as a franchise player. You know,
Me neither.
He's
I
not.
don't think he's a leader.
I
I don't
think
think he leads a team at all. I don't think he
He's
has
a,
leadership
he's the
qualities.
perfect number two. He's the perfect number two guy, but out of those two young guys already there, none of those dudes has stepped up to say, "This is my team. I got Jimmy with me. Then I got the third guy." None of them done that,
It's
so that's what
supposed
got
to be
Jimmy.
Jimmy's team, bro.
See, that's the thing. It
It's
shouldn't be.
supposed to be.
He's 30 years old on an expiring contract. He ain't getting.
It
a
shouldn't
team.
be. Just like how
He's
AD
not
was
getting a
like,
team.
"Boogie's here, but I'm gonna do me because this is my
Yeah.
franchise." Boogie, you got here. We going as far as I take us.
Right.
I need you to be Boogie though. That's how he want Boogie. Butler wanted them dudes to do that. Like, I want y'all to do that, but when I got here, it was like y'all bow down to me. So I'm playing like this, and y'all ain't giving
You
that
Jimmy
same
Butler,
energy.
bro? What the fuck? I'm like losing my mind. Like it's like I'm Jimmy Butler.
I think it all comes
He
back
trying
down
to
to
win a
leadership.
championship.
It all comes down to leadership because people have different ways of leading. So just because Andrew Wiggins and Cat are more introverted and they like to lead by example and they're not rah in your face pitbull kind of guys,
But they're
like
not
Jimmy
leading by
Butler,
example. That's the problem.
That I
You know,
mean,
they're not
the
turning out.
stats say otherwise.
They're not getting wins. Stats, you can average 40 points a game and go 0 for 82. Nobody's going to care. It's about winning the games.
Like
and
Kemba Walker.
yeah, like Kemba Walker. Bro, he's averaging 30 a game there. I'm
Nobody
winning.
talk
Nobody
about
care.
him.
You know? And he could be as good. He's probably as good as Steph and all those guys, but you're not winning. So it has to be win. So if you're not giving that extra effort to win, no one cares about you, man. So
That's fair.
last topic of the day, we're going to talk about the greatest team in sports history, the only LA basketball team, that purple and gold team, the Lakers.
You
The
talking about
Lakers-
that team that's 2 games below 500?
Hey, it's the beginning of the season, man. We don't, all these numbers we just gave y'all, they are important because they're there. You can see them. But we know at the
early.
end of
Come
the
on.
year, Clippers, Lakers are going to be a different discussion. So let's move on to Lakers 3-5. Are they struggling? Yes and no. I looked at an interview yesterday with Luke Walton, and he kind of got me to say, okay, I see what he's doing. But Boost, I'll let you take this one first when it comes to the Lakers.
it's beautiful, man. Like we'll be fine. Like I'm not panicking or anything. Like I've watched like pretty much every game almost front to back, like 2 or 3 times, except yesterday's. Like I just got to go back and watch that one because I woke up and was like, how did we only win by 1 point? We was up like in the 4th, but you can tell like we're just like Luke's trying to just get a feel for it. We're playing really fast. I like the starting lineup from the last 2 games, which looks like it might be the lineup moving forward. It's going to be tough to find firepower off the bench, but I think when you have that much firepower in the starting lineup, you can kind of stagger the minutes. But with Lonzo, Brandon Ingram at the 2, LeBron at the 3, and Kuz at the 4, or whoever's playing the 4, I don't know. And then JaVale, who is like a surprise, averaging like a double-double right now.
He all over the place.
Man, like I mean, he still has his moments during the game. Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's just. But you know
But
that come with JaVale
he's
McGee.
coming with like he's playing a lot better than before, and like I definitely underestimated like his impact. Lance has been good off the bench, but I think all around it's just our
It's not like
defense-
JaVale wasn't a lottery pick.
He's 7'3", bro. Like he
Yeah,
can
he
jump. Like, I was a lottery pick if you gave me 10 inches.
He bought an umbrella for me at Sears back in the day.
Hey, JaVale,
When he
hit up
just
my
got
boy
cut.
Pete.
I like
When
my
he-
man Pete, man.
You would have got rain on your head if you didn't get that umbrella from Pete. Make sure
Got
you hit him
umbrellas
up.
for you all day, son.
Hey, he don't even want no love sent. Just send him a check. He'll be all right.
But the one stat I wanted to give you guys about that starting five was that even though they've only played 31 minutes so far, which is the second most of any 5-man group, I believe on the Lakers. But they had an offensive rating of 112.7 and a defensive rating of 93.1. And then they said not a huge sample size, but they're outscoring teams at a rate that will equal 19.6 points per 100 possessions. Like, meaning we blow out teams if we was able to start 5
Right.
for most of the game. If they could play together for most of the game, Ingram wasn't in foul trouble because there's freedom of movement stuff, or LeBron was playing a little bit more aggressive. But
Do you think that LeBron is trying to defer?
No, so that's what I was going to bring up. I looked at the after-game interview with Luke Walton, and he was talking, and they asked him. So we saw that Brandon Ingram was getting a lot of the closing shots versus Dallas yesterday, and he was like, "Yeah, that's by design. We know what LeBron can do. We want to get these guys that chance to do it because when it's going to be needed later in the season, we got to know that they can do it." And it was kind of what Kobe talked about. He was saying to be a leader, what he would do is early on in the season, say the first 40 games, he would like defer a little more. Kobe gonna get his shots up, and he did, but he would defer a little more because he needed guys like Formar
To be ready.
So when it came to playoff time, he can trust them because he saw it. It's on tape that they can do this stuff. So that's kind of what Luke Walton is doing when it comes to the young guys. He's giving their a chance to get their feet wet so they can know what they're doing, so that when it gets to Lakers are already thinking what good teams think. We're going to the playoffs. We want to try to get as good a seeding as we can, but we got the best player, so we feel we probably can go anywhere and win. So that's how they're looking at it. So they just want to get these guys prepared.
So for LeBron, because my pops actually said the same thing, but at what point does LeBron just say F it and just starts dropping 35 every night?
I think it's coming.
It's coming.
I think that point is still early, and I think they're still trying to figure each other out. I mean, even when he came to LA, it wasn't that much time between then and the season starting.
Yeah.
So I think they're kind of still almost like in preseason mode.
Yeah.
Like
because
a little bit.
we're staying in games. Like most games we're playing are going down to the wire. The ones that we lost, like we're playing like the great teams that we've played, or the okay teams we played. The bad teams, like we put in work on Dallas yesterday until they came back. We put in work on Phoenix and then we beat Denver. You know, like Denver, that's their only loss right now, and they look really good.
Hey, but think about this for Pete. I'll let you take it in a second. Think about this for all the good teams that are losing games at the beginning of the season. The NBA season usually starts on October 29th, October 30th.
Yeah,
so that
man,
means
I miss those days.
That means
Halloween, something
man,
to do.
That means that from September 1st, when training camp starts, you got all the way up until that time as your training camp and preseason, to where training camp still starts September 1st, but games start October 14th. So you're missing
It's
those
a short
days.
preseason.
Yeah, short
so that we can
preseason.
have a longer season, basically. More
short
time in
preseason,
between.
shorter training camp, so guys aren't coming in
LeBron
already.
set that up because he knew he'd be moving teams a lot. So
Yeah, you know,
He
so
needed
guys
time to practice
guys
throughout the
aren't
season.
gelling right away because you don't have as much practice time as they did back in the day.
And even when LeBron got his whole new team in Cleveland, he was already in the and I'm taking over mode already.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to be nice right now. I think he's trying.
It's not even about being nice. Like
But
you
nah,
can
he-
see the potential in the young kids.
That's true.
Like there's just like Brandon Ingram had like 17 or 19 in the first half, his first game back, and then he got in foul trouble in the second half, and he had came out and made like 2 baskets, and then he came right back in the game and like start balling. And he like him and LeBron both had like all fourth quarters, and that's why we lost that game the other day. And then when we played Dallas yesterday, again, Ingram was getting his shots. He's getting like he's like tearing the mid-range game up, and he's just you can tell he's just trying to get a rhythm because they're like right off the front, rimming out.
You can tell.
You could tell he's like, I'm not there. Like, but he gets to the hole and he's there. Kuzma had like 17 in the first half yesterday. Got a little cold. I think he got in foul trouble as well, which seems to be a trend with us. We just keep getting in foul trouble, and we'll fix that part. But
who's the man right now? Like
on our team?
Like who's the guy? Like if we think about, I mean,
outside of LeBron?
I mean, because we can't really, you're not really counting LeBron because we obviously.
Are you talking about like who we can depend on?
No, like who's the guy? Like
it would be Brandon Ingram.
That's what I was about to say.
Sure. No, it's Ingram for sure.
That's who it looks like is the guy.
Yeah, that's what
if you watch him play, he just looks so comfortable.
Even just his mentality. When he came back was like, I'm starting.
Yeah, he's like, I'm starting, and I'm putting up shots.
Yeah, they're making him. They want him to be the Scottie Pippen to
Julius
LeBron's
and D'Lo never had that mentality.
Yeah,
he was bummed.
So it's
B.I. won it for sure.
Julius ain't.
He's developing a little bit of the Mamba.
Y'all
he's
just
a
never
dog,
loved
and
Julius.
they call him Tiny Dog. Like
But what's
that's
good,
how he is. Like people said it. Like when he was fighting and stuff, like that's his personality. You'd be surprised. Like he might seem quiet, but that's just because like he needs to chill. It's like, bro, just like.
But the reason
up.
why I brought up the initial question is just because like. Yeah, we've seen in the past where LeBron hits that nitrous and that gas on the back end of the season and just starts doing insane, crazy things. But now he's in the West, so it's a whole different league.
Yeah, it's a different monster.
And at what point does he need to hit that nitrous?
Because
right now, I mean,
I think he has to do it now.
He'll turn it up earlier.
He just has to do it here and there. Like know what teams to do that against. Oh, we got Warriors going. I got to take over this game. Okay, we got the Suns. We can beat them.
Ingram, you take tonight.
Ingram, this your night. And that's how what Jordan and Kobe were great at. They knew how to find rest within the season. So LeBron has to do stuff like that. Like, I want to win this game. It's a national TV game. I want to show everybody we mean business. But now we're playing the Hornets tonight. We should be able to beat them.
I was going to ask you that. How you feel like who was that got seated? Was it Kawhi that sat down or somebody sat down? Just for rest.
I just want to talk about that too.
Oh, Jimmy yesterday?
No, that was Kawhi where they were going up against undefeated Milwaukee.
And they just
Greek Freak sat down because they say he was hurt, which is BS. And they said Kawhi, his injury was rest.
So they both sat that game?
Yeah.
That's probably why Kawhi.
Bro, I think that it takes away the integrity of basketball because when you think of the old school players, they played through everything. They played every game. When you think of the fans that show up.
That's what they get paid to do.
Yeah. The fans show up, pay their money. When I go to see the Raptors, I want to see Kawhi play. If he don't play, I want to be able to watch.
Yeah,
and
if I want to go see
Milwaukee,
if I'm going to see the Raptors versus Milwaukee, and I find out both them dudes are sitting,
out here using his PTO and
shit. Yeah, like bro, not today. This is a blackout date. This is a blackout date. This is not it.
I got paid time
off.
Yeah,
I got paid time off.
Brooklyn.
I'm solid.
You could take off the Knicks right now, technically, unless it's in Madison Square Garden. You could even take off the Wizards, but you're not taking off Milwaukee versus Toronto now.
The NBA needs to talk to these guys and say,
they have.
If you want to rest, make it a home game, but don't do it versus these top. Matter of fact, they need to tell them, stop doing that.
They've even rumored about fines.
We prefer you to make up an injury.
Well, that's part of why the season starts early to give them more time.
But bro, why are you resting game?
But honestly,
I
thank Popovich for that.
Yeah, thank you, Pop.
Honestly, if the Lakers were the number 1 seed. And they were playing the Phoenix Suns.
And we rested LeBron.
Y'all would eat that fine.
You know damn well we would.
I'm not this early. I want to see
him play.
Go fund me.
The Lakers can be. Lakers can be.
Hey, it's fine.
Lakers can be 8-0 right now, and if we had a matchup with the Suns,
I want to see LeBron. I want to see
LeBron.
I want to go.
Bro, I want you to
go for 60 or whatever.
Every game. Play every game because it's only right to the fans. It's somebody that might be in a hospital in the dying bed. I want to see one more LeBron game. Oh, they play the Suns. I get to see him. He don't play. Kid dies. He don't get to watch.
Damn,
LeBron.
that's deep.
And
one thing,
real. One thing I want to talk
about.
At
the end of the season, though.
Yeah,
whereas the playoffs, I can. Yeah,
now if you coach to the playoffs with a number 1 seed, that's perfectly fine because it's like
Or if you just
they do it in football. Let's take off this last 2 weeks. Chiefs might be 13-1, so we don't need to play Mahomes.
Chargers are coming back.
Chill, bro.
Chad
anyway,
Henne,
I wanted before we get off the Lakers too much, I wanted to talk about Lonzo and the fact that he stayed in the starting lineup over Rondo when Rondo came back.
Smart.
And if you watch the games, when Rondo's on the floor, like I felt like that was part of the problem with us starting the game. Lonzo wasn't like in rhythm yet, but once he got his speed and his defense on the floor is like, I don't think there's any guard playing as good a defense as him right now as far as like a point against like ones, twos, threes. He's guarding fives at times on the switches in the paint. Part of the reason why we won the Denver game was his defense on like Jokic and Millsap on the switches. Like, you watch how fast we play when he's on the floor and when he's in rhythm.
Running.
And he's shooting like 40% from three right now, which is like a turnaround from his like 17% last year.
Yeah,
I think that was the point.
That added strength helped him.
I think that was always the point in the direction that the Lakers was going.
Yeah.
I just think it was I just think for what was happening at the time with Lonzo still not being sure if he's going to come back injury-wise.
Rondo was balling, so it's
Rondo
hard to
balling.
take him
You
out.
got LeBron coming in. Let's go ahead. We don't even know if how Lonzo feeling. He had this whole situation with his injury. So I think that was a part of, I think it was in due time that we was going to see Lonzo in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
you have to.
It's just it looks better though. Like it's not like they're just forcing it. I feel like they
Bro,
know
he's-
that they need that.
He earned it. He
He's the
earned it.
second pick of the draft, and it's his second year. You have to give him that first opportunity because he has more potential. So Rondo is going to be Rondo at the end of the season.
You know what you're going to get.
Yeah, you know what you're going to get. If Alonzo can be better than that, you have to see it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Unless he reverts to Dallas, Rondo.
But then he's off the bench, and we can find ways to get him all the way off the team.
I think he's going to be solid off the bench. I think he's going to be solid off the bench. I definitely think he's going to be like when he comes off the bench, that's where he's going to probably produce his best work versus starting anyways.
Hey, but the only thing that I'm scared of with the Lakers
Luke Walton?
is not Luke Walton.
I'm not worried about Luke.
Low key with Luke because of the rotations are weird. I don't know why he doesn't study.
I don't
Phil and do it.
want to blame him yet, man.
But
Like
yeah,
we
we
literally
can't-
just got
Dog,
Ingram
we-
back 2
you
games
know,
ago.
We've literally seen
Crazy,
LeBron's
huh?
coach get fired after winning a championship.
That's because that wasn't LeBron's coach. That was the team manager.
So that's
bro.
all that
But
we're
this
going
is
to
the
keep
Lakers.
talking about.
I'm just saying.
LeBron don't
They
have
lose a
free
few
reigns.
games and like,
I'm just
they're
saying.
firing LeBron's coach. Like
LeBron
it's
don't
not
have free reigns like that out
It's
here
only
in LA.
8
It's not
games.
his team.
It's only 8
Magic
games.
not having that.
It's only 8 games, and he's already basically kind of told Luke Walton, fuck you, like twice.
How?
You
There
think
was
so?
already like 2 moments I saw on Instagram where he was in foul trouble and was like, "Nah, I'm not coming out."
That's
And
not
there was
fuck
another
you. It's just
incident.
like
But you gotta
he's
get-
telling
I'm
the
still
coach,
LeBron.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like-
gonna be okay.
You think Kobe ain't
But
told
in
Phil
8
Jackson?
games, dog.
Yeah.
You think Kobe
games?
ain't told Phil Jackson? You know,
How many
coaches and
players said
don't
that they
argue.
How do you know it's not like, hey,
Brandon Ingram said
LeBron?
he's starting.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever fuck Luke Walton, I'm
Yeah,
starting.
I'm sorry,
We-
Magic, I don't
We're not
know
saying
what
that he's saying F Luke Walton.
Yeah, I don't care what you
Yeah.
say, Magic.
But you
I'm
don't
sorry.
know.
Don't tell
Luke
him
would have been
nothing
like, motherfucker, I don't care what happens. You're gonna be in the starting lineup tomorrow.
Hey,
Like,
Raiders are terrible. Just to let y'all know, Raiders fans.
They definitely.
Hey,
are.
but
does that
the thi-
count?
hey,
Let's go.
Hey, the thing that scared me with the Lakers is just the outside shooting, man. They guys are missing shots, and we just don't have a lot of knockdown shooters. So we need guys like Ingram to be consistent.
He working on it.
Yeah, he working on it. Lonzo, Josh Hart, Kuzma.
man, I
Lonzo
hope John
attacking
Gruden
the
goes
rim.
and coaches the Lakers, man.
Lonzo
Who?
shooting
I
layups,
hope
he missing
John
them,
Gruden
but he
goes
shooting.
and
Nah,
coaches
keep
the
John
Lakers.
Gruden away from anything in LA because what he's doing out there in Oakland, they about man,
It's
them
a
boys,
travesty.
from Richmond about to find him, and they gonna
That's
go off.
because, but they also gave him a pull of shit to
Yeah,
work with.
10
though.
million, 10 years. So you give me 10 years to do something, I'm getting a bunch of money. I can take my
He gonna
time.
take his time.
But yeah, so how much time does Luke Walton have? Really,
Luke-
realistically,
Ooh.
he has this
100
season.
games, 50
Nah.
games.
He has what is
just the season.
Nah, he
He
got
signed
3
a
seasons.
5-year deal.
No, he got this season because with
You
LeBron
think he's
there,
gonna
you
play
gotta
out his
take
Luke
deal?
advantage
signs
of
an
him.
extension in 2 years when he's on his 1
So
year
Bruce
left.
is all in on Luke. You're
All
all
in.
in on Luke.
No,
All in.
I think he has 1 year. It matters how if the Lakers
all
look.
in on Luke, bro.
It's next year. Next year.
Nah.
He'll be.
And
the
what
coach.
His
Nah.
defensive schemes, like, they work. Like, we're just, like,
I'm
lazy.
telling you, LeBron, Magic,
Kuzma just, like, really, like, lets
Le-
everybody beat him on the backdoor cuts. Like,
LeBron's
Kuzma,
gonna,
if you don't get this dude,
What
that's
if
Danny's
LeBron
boy.
comes in and says, "I want B. Shaw as my coach"?
Stop.
No.
B-Shaw's already right there making a ton of money. We don't need
No,
that.
but if
It's not even
LeBron
necessary.
comes in there and say, Magic, hey, we only won 48 games. We lost in the first and second round. I don't do that.
You
Let's
can
go
tell
get us a
Tyronn
coach.
Lue.
You know,
No,
let's
but-
go get
but what people
I'll
don't
get Tyronn Lue.
But what
Let me
people
do
don't
the fuck I wanna
realize, but what people
Nah,
don't
he-
realize is
he ain't
Magic
gonna
and
do that.
Palinka didn't hire Luke, so like
Yeah,
they
that's
know
Genie.
if they don't want him.
But
Yeah.
that's
They like
Genie's
already
boy.
know.
No, but they
that's
they
Genie's
probably
boy.
that's why they're giving him this year.
But if
to
that's
see what's
Genie's
good.
boy, who was advising her? Magic. They hired Luke and then fired the GMs and the vice president 4 or 5 months later.
who brought us 5
This was
rings.
already in place. All of this has been in place. This
I
is a
asked
whole
this question
thing.
on this show. Maybe
Luke is the only survivor
When we had the show
from
prop,
that.
yeah. I mean, when me and you,
Can LeBron be coached by Luke Walton?
yes.
Yeah, because if Black can coach him a year and Luke can coach him, yeah,
I don't think Luke did not coach LeBron.
yeah, but
He managed LeBron's expectations.
You don't, but you have to
that's
understand.
like
You don't.
Spoelstra.
But
When
isn't
he
that what Phil Jackson won 9 rings off of?
But why do you need to?
The
was-
Zen
11,
master?
11.
Why do you need to coach
Yeah,
somebody
11.
Yeah.
who you probably agree with on every part of the game?
Who?
LeBron and Luke would probably agree on every single thing because it is the best decision for the team.
He-
That's how smart LeBron is.
he might need an older coach because it's weird because
It's
him and Luke
respect.
were in the same draft.
Bro, you look.
LeBron
same-
is smart, man.
They were on
like
the
he
same
knows
team at
what's
one
good
point.
for him.
Look.
He knows what's good for basketball.
Shaq said it
Magic
best,
knows
bro.
what's good for basketball. Pelinka knows what's good for basketball. Luke Walton knows
And
what's
what if
good.
LeBron says-
he has coached?
What if LeBron says,
championship
Magic,
teams.
come down and coach me?
No,
Look.
give Kobe the reins. Let Kobe go win his 3
Shaq said
coaching
it best, bro.
championship.
Shaq
Nah.
said it best.
Mark Jackson.
He said certain coaches can't coach me. He said Tyronn Luke could not coach me.
No, yeah, I
He
agree.
can't. Brian Shaw can't.
Brian Hill,
can't,
the
no,
first-
he said he can't talk to him. He said he can't talk to me.
His
matter of
first
fact.
coach with Orlando, his coach with Orlando was Brian Hill, and he was just like, I just started to realize that he couldn't coach me no more. So when I went to the Lakers, they had Del Harris. He couldn't coach me. He didn't know what he's doing. Once Phil came, I had to respect Phil. He had 6 rings on his finger.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Luke-
when Luke came into the league, everybody was like, "You know, you're gonna be a coach, right? You know,
Yeah,
you're gonna be a
he
coach,
got that
right?"
mind,
the
but-
players respect him as a
That's
coach,
fair.
and they knew he would be a coach. Like the kid is smart. Like
no,
he's not stupid.
No, he been around basketball. his
No,
whole
If
life.
y'all
his
watch
whole
Luke-
entire life.
I used to
Yeah.
watch Luke play basketball like on the floor,
Yeah.
and he was
he didn't
not.
make a lot of mistakes.
That was
Yeah,
he
it.
didn't
Like
make a
he
lot of
just
mistakes.
knew when he
a lot of
came
bricks.
he was only in the league because
Nah,
he was
when he-
smart.
when
So
he
When
came
that's
Devin,
in-
what-
And
when
his-
Devin
no, he was
George
only-
he
started
ran
over
the
there?
Daddy,
offense,
Daddy, yeah, his
and
name-
he played the game
his
the
name
right
was
way.
Walton,
When he
yeah.
came in, like it was like, all right, slow down with all that nonsense. We finna do it like this. Kick it in the corner. You cut. Okay, we run a triangle now. Like we're gonna.
Luke
do
Yeah,
it.
Walton
but
was just a
Devin
good
George
team
started
player.
over him. So
Great
he wasn't
team
that
player.
good.
Because
He-
he's
but-
athlete.
Look,
Devin Jones
Luke
is an
Luke
athlete.
Walton is not there to really construct basketball. He's there for the morality.
Yeah, it's a culture thing.
Yeah,
For sure.
And at the
For sure.
time when the Lakers were losing, they needed someone for the morale.
Yeah, they needed
not
a new,
to win.
and he came from the
He
Warriors.
was young.
He just won. He was the head coach when they won all those games straight. Were
Yep.
undefeated. So
He was young. The team was young.
it
It
gave
made
hope.
sense.
He was a hope. You know.
exactly, and it was for the morale. It was almost like TSA.
But now
Like,
Lakers is different.
It's not a real
but
thing,
no,
but it gives
like,
the
that's-
illusion that it's
This
it's
is
helping.
the part where like I don't get where it's like I think people are so caught up in like how basketball used to be and what they're used to and where basketball is going.
Yeah,
Look at football. Sean McVay is 8-0. He's like 33.
yeah, he is.
Like he's a kid.
no,
Yeah.
but
and he's
okay.
respected by
His
every
girl's
single
bad.
person on that
But
But he
field.
also don't have a LeBron. He also don't
Because
have
his
a
girl's
fucking.
bad.
Todd Gurley.
He has Todd Gurley. What are you talking about?
Okay, yeah, but
No, but this-
Todd
no,
Gurley,
talk.
no, no,
Whoa.
no.
Hey, but
No.
this
Todd Gurley was not the Todd Gurley three seasons ago though. He was
2 years
Todd
ago.
Gurley been that good
But
since
Keith-
he walked on the field.
No, his
Before
rookie year was great. His second year was bad.
Trash.
That's
Then
Jeff
once
Fisher.
he got McVay back, once he got
Last
McVay, he
year.
started lighting it up.
Yeah, last
but
year.
the reason why they respect McVay because they win. So if Luke Walton doesn't win, they're gonna be like, get his
and
ass
they
out of
will
here.
win.
We need something
and
new.
they will win. I'm telling you, they will.
I give him one season.
Yeah,
honestly.
I give him after the end of
Honestly,
this year.
I could see them getting somebody
if the,
else to
if
put
the
them over
Lakers
the
get
next hump.
50 wins and they make it to the Western Conference Finals, Luke is gonna be back. Or if they make it,
If they make it to the playoffs,
if they
he'll
get
be back.
50
They'll
wins,
give him another year, guaranteed.
They all they gotta do is make the second
Nah,
round.
they'll give him that
they
Mark
gotta at
Jackson.
least make the second round.
They'll give him
because-
that Mark
They're
Jackson.
gonna make the second round,
They'll
but
give him. They'll give Luke Walton another season.
I could see the Lakers going on like
Maybe.
a 20-game winning streak.
I
at
could
some
see
point.
them saying, you know what?
Like literally,
Luke-
like, if we have a run where it's like just
Nah,
a few good teams
the
in
West,
between,
the West is too good for that.
they'll
when
tell
we
him,
go on that East run from the Grammys and stuff like that,
But
like
even the East is with Toronto, Boston, Philly. You ain't
Yeah,
got no
no,
cupcakes.
it's still some people you got to beat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
no,
saying?
it's
tough to-
definitely it's 4 or 5 teams
gotta
out there
beat
that you
Milwaukee.
have to beat. But I just think we could beat them.
they'll
Yeah.
just say, Luke,
I just
we
think we
love
can
you.
beat 'em.
You're part of the family forever. We appreciate
I think at
everything
the
you
end of the
did.
day,
Yeah.
with us at our
we
full,
need somebody else.
Yeah.
at our
Phil-
full potential, once we get Mo back, like
We got your coaches coming
I
in
think-
for you, so have a seat.
I think
and
the Lakers
Phil
are going to
gonna walk in the
surprise a lot
building.
of people because they want to say it, and like I'm saying, you see it on the court. Like
Shit, you guys
see
can have
it.
Doc Rivers.
Nah,
Sorry.
bro, that's
We
you,
good.
bro. Y'all over here doing Austin
We
Rivers
good.
tribute. Y'all over here doing Austin Rivers tribute
Hey, the
videos.
last
Whoa! Did y'all
Wait,
hear
what?
the little scandal?
Wait,
did
hold on. What?
They
You got
did
a
an
tribute?
Austin River. Get out of
Stop
here.
it.
Yeah, they
Let's
did.
end the show
They
because
did.
I'm
Are you
upset
serious?
now.
Oh, that pissed me
Yeah,
off.
I'm upset.
Yeah.
They gave that.
But not
much?
only that, so he has a podcast on Uninterrupted, and it was a
That's
part
his
of the
problem.
podcast where he was like naming like people on the team that were like having babies, and he was talking about his wife, like is about to have a baby, and like there's like 4 people on the team who's about to have a baby. John Wall is one of them. John Wall had not announced to the public that he was having a kid.
Oh.
Like that's
You
your
know what
boy,
I'm saying?
bruh. And they already don't like each other in the locker room. Half the Wizards,
Yeah,
they
that's.
still pull guns.
That's because
out.
they losing.
Hey, he ain't the one, man.
Hey, let me ask you guys one more question about the Lakers.
All right.
Is it me, or is social media and the media machine, are they setting up for a Kobe return?
No,
And do you
my
think that's
God.
it's
realistic?
just fun.
Kobe's done.
Stop it.
It's just
Kobe ain't
fun.
coming back.
Once
Kobe ain't
LeBron
going.
tweeted it, I knew it
First
was
of all,
just fun.
Kobe ain't coming back to help LeBron get another ring.
No, exactly.
That's the number one thing.
Not at a player capacity.
Not as a player capacity, no. Kobe's not going to get on the court. Yeah, he will get 6, but everybody's going to say LeBron won that, and he don't want that. He already dealt with that with Shaq.
You
So
think?
If Kobe
You
can't
think
give
if
you,
Kobe, you
if-
think Kobe
if-
came back? That
if he
they
can't
will
give you 50
hit
in the
another
game
ring?
7, he ain't doing
Nah,
it.
Kobe.
Nah.
Kobe ain't been playing ball. Kobe been.
Kobe
he
is
got
the king
dad
right
vibe.
now.
He got
He
the
do
dad
got.
vibe.
No, he might be balling though. He
Bro,
might be out there giving away.
balling.
like Joe, like
Hey, bro.
Fat
He's
Joe
chilling.
said
He's
it.
trying to get Emmys, man.
Fat Joe said it about Lil Wayne, right? You don't go a decade getting in the booth every single day and just stop. And that's the
I
same
can
thing I
believe
think
that.
about Kobe. You don't shoot 1,000 shots for literally your whole
20
life
years.
and then stop.
Does he go to the big 3?
I think he.
Hey,
nah,
win
he
it
not
all.
going to the big 3.
Hell no. Hell
Hey,
no.
if Kobe plays
Ice
the big
Cube.
3, no, I said
He
it
might
first.
buy the big 3.
Ice Cube, he
Hey,
might
he
buy
might
him.
buy it.
Hey,
Yeah.
if Kobe plays in the big 3, know that I said it first.
No,
He's not
That's what I'm
playing
people
saying.
that
been
big
talking
three.
about because Ice Cube
He
brought it
not
up. Like
playing. He not
somebody,
playing
it was a
there.
report. Kobe's supposed to play next year.
Hey,
And
he'll
Ice
be-
Cube was out. Hey, I'm trying to make it happen. Kobe like, nigga, I'm top 5.
First of
ever,
all, bro, I will kill these.
Yeah, if y'all really want me to train, it's a wrap. I'm scoring 103.
Maybe
So
you
you guys
coach.
are putting it 0% that Kobe
Yeah, nah,
ever
he's
plays
done.
with LeBron.
Kobe's done. He's trying to make money and win Emmys and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
He a businessman.
Yeah, he a businessman. He not worrying about that. He'll come and watch and critique the guys.
I just want to see him play in the big 3.
You
I
want
want
to-
to
Nah.
see Kobe playing. in the
Hell
big
I
three.
don't want to
nah.
see him no more.
Yeah.
Because if he ain't coming out scoring 70, I don't want to see it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't know if
feel
he's
that.
still hooping. Plus, he like his daughter plays ball, so you
I
know,
mean,
he's trying to work with her.
Jordan was still dropping 20 on the Wizards.
Yeah, but Jordan didn't go out with injuries. Jordan went out because he retired. Kobe went out with the Achilles, a shoulder, knee. So it's like
His
his
whole
body-
Hairline.
hairline
That's
fracture.
on the way back though.
Yeah. Hairline
That shit got that
fracture. So,
comeback.
LeBron gave him the secret.
Hey,
man,
they gave
and he told LeBron, "Hey, go out to the Germany for the blood, and then where you go for the hair." So I can get done. Hey, but before we go, something that we do every Thursday, Courtside Radio, we have our TBT Throwback Thursday Player of the Week. And for you guys who don't know, we just go back and find a player from the early 2000s, 90s, 80s that you guys may or may not know about, just to throw out a name, throw out some stats so you can go look that guy up. We've been talking about shooting, crazy numbers when it comes to that, and scoring. So, man, I went to one of the original great shooters, one of the first players to have a 50, 40, 90, Mark Price. He was, everybody say Steve Nash. He was like the original Nash. He finished his career with with 50% shooting from two-pointer, 40% shooting from three. He was a 90% free throw shooter. He had 15 points, 2
Career
rebounds,
50, 40, 90.
7 assists, 4-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA player, drafted by the Dallas Mavericks in the second round. Mark Price, man, one of the best shooters of all time. He's one of the guys that you have to put in your top 10 when it comes to just pure shooting from
He'll be forgotten.
2,
though.
3. Yeah, because after, like Clyde Drexler, he's a great, but he's
Yeah, he gonna be forgotten.
But it just happens like that.
Is he a great shooter for those standards in that time? Like, would he still be a great player now, or would he be
He'd be
like
better,
a
I
Kyle
think,
Korver?
now.
He would be better now because
He'd be
you
better
couldn't be
now.
physical with him, so he had nothing to fear. I can just go out
They
here.
was beating him up like
Yeah.
off the like
That-
off the 3-point
That's why
line.
his
Ah,
career.
crazy right now.
That's why his career wasn't as long because of injuries. But he wouldn't. You don't get hit. You can't
And
get
white
hit.
players just break down naturally.
No, Larry Bird played a long time.
Hey,
He broke down.
I've made this argument plenty of times before. The athleticism of the players that was playing defense does not compare to the athleticism of the players today.
But I think the strength.
Brandon
and
Ingram
the
is 7
mindset-
feet tall and he's guarding you, the point guard.
Bro, back then it was first of all, it was not as it was way more white people in the league. Let's just start there.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And the athleticism don't even
in
compare.
In the
Not even
90s,
close.
it was in the 90s. It was
Giannis
like,
is like 7'1".
right now
it was
plays
slow.
point guard.
It was
you
a
got
lot
a lot of
slower.
whites now. It's just they're not white Americans. They're
Ben
foreign.
Yeah,
Simmons
play
is
for the
6'10".
Jazz.
Not even just that, but
Plays point.
even at the lower levels, basketball is a much more serious sport. Sports in general are much more serious. you know? People groom their kids all their life.
Yeah.
Make them play year round.
Back then, it was like if you're tall and if you're tall,
Yeah, we're gonna get you on the court. So
We're
we can
gonna
work
play
with
you now. Now you have to be built. So
Yeah.
I agree with that. It was just
But those guys were built. But if you put Mark Price in today's NBA, where he can really work on handle, really work on strength and all that, he would be that much better too. And with the way he shot the ball, if he could see now, damn, I could come and shoot 23s in a game.
he might.
He'd have stats too.
I
So
feel
that's when everybody say that would the old players be able to fit today? Yeah, because they will have the new training, they will have
Yeah.
analytics, they will have.
They wouldn't get
they're
pulled.
healthy
They
eating.
wouldn't get pulled out the game for shooting.
Yeah, they wouldn't get
Yeah.
pulled for just shooting. You know what I'm saying? So it just go out here and play. Back in the day, if you shot 12 threes in the game, they was
You're
on your
outta here.
head.
Yeah.
That's people used to talk about Kobe. He shot 11 threes. Even though he made 5 of them, why is he shooting 11 threes a ball hog now? You shoot 18, you Steph. Oh, man, he's the best shooter. Keep shooting them, even if he only make 4.
4 for 18. Oh,
Yeah.
But the 4 he made.
Yeah,
But nobody would ever say that about Ray Allen or Reggie Miller. Them shooting too many threes. They were 3-point marksmen. Kobe wasn't a 3-point marksman.
Nah, Kobe had the record before Steph.
Yeah, but he still wasn't labeled a 3-point marksman.
Yeah,
he
was
had a good
all-around
game for
scorer.
3.
Yeah.
But you're not like, okay, Kobe, we got to stop his 3 ball. Like Steph, you're like, we got to don't let him pull up.
Yeah, man. But that's because
Guard
Steph-
him at half court.
But then he just step back.
I know.
No,
He gonna be
because
shooting from the free
Steph
throw line
can't.
on the other
Steph
side.
can't. I heard
That pick, you get it right.
somebody
hit the
was
pick.
talking about T-Mac and Paul Pierce, and when you guarded Kobe, what you wanted to do, you didn't even want to force the jumper. You wanted to force him to shoot an off-balance jumper because if he got to the rim, he could finish with either hand any way he wanted to, and if he got to, if you let him shoot a comfortable jump shot, it was money. You just wanted to make it tough, and with Steph, it's more of you
Especially
want him.
when he got that post game. When Kobe developed that post
once
game,
he got that
oh
post
my
game, there's nothing you can
God.
do because he
it was
could-
like KD. It's like how
Yeah.
KD is now.
better than KD. He had better footwork. KD could shoot over anything.
He's just taller.
KD didn't have a wiggle to Olajuwon shake to get by you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mark Price is our TBT Throwback Thursday Player of the Week. Look up on the IG. We're gonna have a video up, some highlights of him doing work, man. But man, we thank our guests for tonight. We got our boy Pete in the building.
Yep.
Make sure y'all check him out in a few.
Yep.
Touchdown and tangents. Then we have the man, Mr. Good News himself.
Boston
Yes,
House.
sir.
Monday
Big Boss in the
mornings.
house.
Mine would have been Gilbert Arenas, but we don't leave that alone.
Gilbert.
Gilbert
We
Arenas
did
is
get
Y'all got
Gilbert
him?
before,
Okay,
yeah.
all
We
right.
did Gilbert before.
Did you guys do Baron Davis?
We did B Diddy. So we
All right.
we get into the names.
Hey,
but
B Diddy, hey, he dating an old white woman.
I heard.
I thought it was with a Latina.
East side.
No, I heard. He like, I'm trying to
Old white
this come
woman
up.
too. Yeah,
He
old
on
white
his
woman
come
too.
Oh.
BD.
Hey, he said he's still balling even
He's
after
getting all
NBA.
that. He's getting all that philanthropy.
West Coast
money.
finest.
Man.
LA's
Oh, that
finest.
fellatio.
Man.
Getting this money.
Hey, but hey, Courtside Radio, we thank you guys for tuning in. It's the point guard Mike Hill here in the building. Hey, Good News
Shice
Sports.
right.
Make sure y'all go check it out. Hey, you're gonna hear more from it. Good News Radio. Make sure you guys go check out the IG and all our other great radio shows, our podcast shows that are going on. Shice right. Kobe and Shaq this thing today.
As always,
Hey, we don't
held
even,
it down.
hey, Mike, stay home next week. Danny, stay home next week. We
We good. We got
We
this.
got it. We see y'all in December. But hey, thank you guys for listening. We are out.